Hi everybody, this is Will Bowen with today's JumpStart. I realize there's a problem with my brain. I think of and study weird things because to me they're very, very interesting. And one of the things I find interesting is cursing. And I have done a couple of JumpStarts about that. Let me just remind you, curse words are stored in a different part of your brain than any other words that you use. It's almost like they're pre-packaged for your convenience. When I drop something on my foot, if I do, and I'm not wanting to affirm that, but if it does happen, there's a curse I'm going to say, and it's my curse, and I say it if something like that happens. Now, when I say curse, I mean everything from F-bombs all the way down to fiddlesticks, okay? And so whatever is yours, you got it, it's in your brain. So it's curse words are stored in a different part of the brain. That's number one. The number two thing I find interesting about cursing is that curses always have to do with making the sacred profane. Making the sacred profane. Think about it. It always has to do with God or whatever, and mothers are considered sacred in almost every culture. That's why in almost every culture, mothers are included in curses. And making the sacred profane as well as bodily functions. So if you look at it, every single curse has something to do with making the sacred profane and or bodily functions. So, here's the third thing, and this is the thing I realize, and this is something I want to encourage you to consider, and that is that when we're angry, people tend to curse. There is a link between anger and cursing. Something goes wrong and we say, son of a, whatever, okay? When it goes wrong and we are angry, we curse. Now, because we are beings that are always giving and exchanging information to our world metaphysically, how about the fact that maybe if we curse, it also triggers that anger? So think of it this way. Anger's triggered, curse. Curse, anger's triggered. What if? Curse, anger's triggered. I was talking to somebody the other day and he says, I never curse. Now, I'm sure if I... as Red Fox said, you never curse? Come outside, let me slam your hand in my car door. We'll see if that's true. I would never do that, of course. What I'm saying is that I'm sure he does, but in everyday conversation, he does not, because as he says, words are creative, and they are. So I invite you, as a guy who spent most of my life, Tony Robbins is a big cursor. He calls it the neuropsychology of profane language. And they've actually shown that whomever curses when two people get together, the first person to cuss, is actually saying, I want to establish a closer bond to you. Believe it or not, it's like we share this thing of cursing. Well, set all that aside and imagine what your life would be better without the anger that's probably linked to your cursing. And I think you'd be willing to give it up. So, I would say this is my last JumpStart on cursing. This is my final word, but probably not. To heck with that. Listen, think about it today. Watch the words that come out of your mouth, and especially curses, because I guarantee you it's triggering negative feelings as much as it's reflecting them. What do you think? Post your questions and comments below and I'll respond. And enjoy today. We'll talk tomorrow. Bye-bye.
No more complaining people. Their lives are changing. We're flying high, creating a complaint-free world. No more complaining people. Their lives are changing. We're flying high.